Hello everyone, I'm Kulwant Kaur Rehal from IS Primers and I bring to you one essay which came in 2020. The topic is Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. Okay, so let's understand the topic, giving importance on the keywords. First thing is to know the keywords. That is because once you know the keywords, you remain on track. That is very important. So what are the important keywords here? One is perception. What is perception? It is the way we perceive. Perception is the way we perceive. So if I have rose colored specs, everything is going to appear to me like that, right? But be rose colored for me. So if somebody else has owned somebody else, they're going to look at the world like that. The same item will appear different to two different people, right? So your perception of me is a reflection of you. So you will think about me. For example, A will think about B. What A thinks about B, right? Which may not be what B actually is. A will only think according to what his experiences of B have been, whether it is his experience or what he has heard. He has made some judgment. So on basis of that judgment, you will think what B is. So B, what B is to A is what A thinks B is to him. Right? So your perception of me is a reflection of you. I think they're very, very clear here. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. So if A thinks B is in such a way, and B reacts to what A says, that will depend upon whether he thinks, that A does not know about me and so I should fight back. I can choose to ignore. He doesn't even know, and who cares what A thinks about me? I know what I am. Right? So it will all depend on his awareness of him. But in life, what happens is we are impacted by what people say about us. We want others to say good about us. So that is what makes us human. That we want to be part of society. We want to be accepted as. So that is why it makes a lot of difference what other people think about us, and we most of the time act from that point of view that others should think good about me. So, but then that is of course is an awareness of me. It is what level of awareness I am. We are going to talk about the level of awareness. Normal human beings like you and me, or at least me, I should say, if a neighbor says I'm not good, it hurts me. Even though I know I am good, but it will hurt me a little. I would want others to say good about me. So that is there. So this is going to talk about, that aspect. Fine. So we are going to look at different parameters while answering this essay. We cannot give too many examples because then we do not actually proceed. We are, just in the starting gear if we give too many examples. But then we have to give examples and proceed further. That is the main intention of the essay. So this is what it is. I am not saying from where the quote is because at that point of time we're not going to remember. Very rarely we'll know what the quote is. So let's leave that. So we touched upon the important words. The important words are perception, how I perceive, reflection, about me, what you think, reflection, my reaction, and that reaction depends upon my awareness. So my reaction depends on my awareness of me, but your perception depends on reflection of you. So I can only control my reaction and it depends upon you what you think. Got that? Let's proceed. Now let's take up some extreme examples, because extreme examples will give idea of day-to-day things also. Extreme examples, for example, I'll take up first in history. Right. For example, let's take about Shahid Bhagat Singh. He was a revolutionist. but some would say he was an extremist, right? Similarly, there would be some fan following for Hitler also. And most of the world does not like him. So it all depends what we perceive that person wanted and what we have decided of what he is. Right. Then there are fanatics. Fanatics are people who believe my way is the right way. Normally it is, fanatic word is used with religion. Only their religion is good and they are intolerant to others. Only their way is the right way, and for that, to teach the world or to convert others, they would go to any extent. I mean, they give up their own lives also. So one cannot go beyond that. So they even give up their own lives. And take many lives also at times and give up their own lives also. They are fanatics. Right? Why? Because that is how they perceive the world. According to them, it's shahadat. They've given up their life for a higher purpose of life. That is it. And that is what his reaction, that is why he done what he's done. Talking about that, and let's talk about the world good portion also, part. Saint Kabir. He said, the more people criticize me, they talk, ridicule me, the more my sins will get washed. He is not going to become a lesser human being because people have made fun of him. People make fun of whom they do not understand. They will not realize what level he has evolved. Right? But they don't understand, so they make fun. Similarly, there was another case of Sant Namdev. I believe, once he had taken his bath and he was coming from the river when somebody spat on him. He, without losing his cool, he turned back and he went and took his bath again. He came back, again that person spat on him. Again he went back and he took his bath and he came. So for him, that person who was spat on him was also a man of God. So if he did what he did was his karma, but Namdev would not say bad about him, did not lose his temper, and he said probably today I had to take bath so many times or whatever, and he took his bath. So these are extreme cases, sages. Their reaction was not because of what you did or somebody else did, that was an awareness of him. They were so self-aware, they were so humble, they had humility. Everything was God, or they did not exist for themselves at all. They did not even think they were anything. So that is why probably that was the reaction. Right? So I've taken examples of extreme examples. Now, after extreme examples, let's take examples of you and me and normal life and how we do it. Now, let's take here first how we react. For example, family. If we think whatever we do, if supposing a teenager has done something like indulging in smoking or something, he's got in some trouble or something. If he thinks his father will understand, forgive him and guide him, he may go to his father, otherwise he will not. Right? So it is, he will go or he will not go, not depending on we don't know what his father would do, but he thinks that is what his father will do. He will not accept me, he will punish me, right? Awareness of me. So that is why he will do what he does. His reaction will depend upon that. Similarly, for authority, or I would say police, for example. For example, if I am an eyewitness to a murder, or I see something that has gone wrong in front of my eyes, but I feel that I will be only harassed unnecessarily and nobody is going to get justice, then I might not go and report. I might avoid going and supporting the police. It will all depend on my perception and my awareness. My reaction will depend on my awareness. Am I able to take so much will I be able to take so much of this trouble And for what reason will I take it? I will only be harassed. So depends on that. What I perceive will be the other person's reaction. According to that, I will behave. Maybe that police officer is very nice. I might get all the support. But then that is what one feels, and according to that feeling, we act. In society or love marriages. So, what happens in love marriages? If you feel that yes, I can go to my parents and the parents will accept, maybe you will take an action of going, that I'll be able to convince my parents, awareness of me, I'm able to convince my parents, you might go and talk to your parents. Otherwise, what? You might just even elope. And what happens at times? Society, they might just get into honor killings and other things like that. That is their way, moral policing, for example. So we take in teenagers example, which I talk about, smoke, for example. So anything, and it could be any problem. If they feel they can go and they will be able to convince their parents and they will be pardoned, they expect support and sympathy, they expect guidance, then they will go. Otherwise, they will not go. The reaction, whatever they do, will depend upon their awareness of themselves. Whatever could be right, could be wrong, but whatever they think, that is. Got that? So, and what's again, your perception of me, the parent, what the parent thinks about you is what he thinks about you. He thinks a child is useless, a child is irresponsible. That depends upon that, but not necessarily what the child actually is. Got that? For average, for us all. Example, simple life also. Okay. Now, talking about perception in one aspect, let me say perception, how the advertisements are changing our perception. And they want a reaction from us. And what reaction they want? They want us to buy something, right? For that matter, there would be things like body shaming, in the sense they might show somebody very fat and how they will lose weight. So some pills or whatever, or exercise or gym. So they will. So everybody with that, obese body will feel ashamed and would want to buy certain things or belts or whatever it is. So that is one thing they might resort to. They might, again, seeking approval. It could be like complexion. They have that you put this complexion, it become fair, and you'll have no pimples, so you'll be accepted by others. Then you see. So those things which they are doing, they are making us change our perception. And they want us to take action so that we buy their things and other things like that. Now what happens is, all these things are happening. Online trolling is also part of it, in a way where there's so much of cyber crime, and there will be so many more examples where you might come with more examples than what I can give in this area. So you can expand over there. Now, when all this is happening, what happens is, because of this reaction. Now, this word reaction is something which has negative connotations. And responding is supposed to be good. You think and you act, it is responding. Now, what happens is, in corporates and other things, there's another thing that has emerged, one soft skill that has emerged. When I'm talking about the impact or the way forward, that is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is having a control on your emotions, so that you can choose to respond the way you want and you do not react, whether it is extreme happiness or extreme disillusionment. Either ways, you don't get into either areas. You remain as a balanced human being, because it's very important to be balanced when you are a team player, because there would be some things that go up and something that disturbs you, and somebody would say something, and all those things you cannot every day upset the apple cart. So that is why we have to have a control on our reactions, and that is why we have importance of emotional intelligence nowadays. That is very important. Another thing which we have done is to reduce reactions and for unity in the NEP, National Education Policy 2020, what they've come up with, that they make every state uh, uh, study another language from another state. So when you are doing that, they have paired actually one state with another state. So when what happens is when you study about somebody, you know more about the other person, you understand them better, and when you understand, you accept them. Acceptance comes with understanding. What you do not understand, you do not like. You don't even accept it, right? So that is the reason. So this is a very good step forward. So, and in fact, there could be an exchange program like you have students in foreign countries. You have an exchange program where 10 children or more could go and stay there for a month and come back. So we could do that in the states also. Because understanding the culture, respecting the culture of other states will go a long way in building up national unity and real oneness of a nation. So this is what I have for you. I think that will be enough. I could write this essay of 1,300 words. So I'm sure you will also be able to do it. So to repeat, it is your perception of me. What you think of me is a reflection of you. It has nothing to do with what I am. It's not necessarily what I am at all. It could be, it could not be. It all depends on what you think. The way see, they say the beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. It's the same thing. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. So even if you say I'm not beautiful and I feel I'm beautiful, well, I'm beautiful. So my reaction to you is an awareness of me. I should be sure of myself. I should not depend on anybody to affect my happiness. Right? So that much of control I must have on my happiness. It's not be anybody comes and says, no, and I feel I'm happy and somebody says it doesn't, and I go and as a pendulum I move from one direction to the other. No. It should be my reaction is an awareness of me. I should know what I am. It doesn't matter. It feels good when others say good, but it should not feel bad when others do not say good about you. Because you should know what you are, and that is very important. So that's all what I have from you. So again, Kulwant Kaur from IS Primers, and write the essay. And if there is anything you want to discuss, please leave it in the comment box and I'll get back to you. God bless you.